Hello boys and girls, welcome to AutoX. My name is Karan Mathur. Today, Citroën has introduced new dark edition variants of the C3, C3 Aircross and Basalt top-end variants. Now they've also made some changes to the standard models and variants. So we hope this video gives you all the information that you were looking for. Let's get started. Alright, let's start with the C3 Dark Edition. Now this is based on the Shine trim, and the Dark Edition specifically has a starting price of 8,38,300. Now up front you'll see the grille with the double chevron logo finished in dark chrome. Of course you have the front and the rear chevron finished in dark chrome. With that, you step to the side. Of course, you have the Dark Edition variants to let you know this, of course, is the variant which you're looking at. And this is also finished in dark chrome. Alright, now before we talk about the rear profile, you do get a new color option altogether, which you get with the Dark Edition. It's called the Perla Nera Black. Alright, then we have the Citroën logo and, of course, the model name finished in dark chrome as well. So those were the changes to the exterior, and there are a few inside as well. Now the standard variants of course get a airier looking cabin, you can say, because they have a lot more lighter material finished all around. Here it's all black with red stitching all around. First and foremost, you get the leatherette seat covers. These also get the Dark Edition logos on the top. In the C3 Aircross and the Basalt, as you'll see, these are proper seat upholstery, which is all black. This is seat covers. Then of course you have a leatherette soft touch material with red stitching all across the dashboard, which comes all the way to the instrument panel. They call it carbon black interiors and with lava red detailing. With that, of course, you have piano black inserts around the gear lever and over the AC vents as well. Another neat addition is, of course, the ambient lighting, seat belt, cushion cover and illuminated door sills as well. Now, in terms of the powertrains that the C3 Dark Edition will be available with, well, you have the 1.2 NA Shine variant, which of course is 8,38,000 rupees. Then, of course, you have the Turbo 1.2 turbo engine mated to the manual or the automatic. The manual costs 9,58,000 and the automatic goes up to 10,19,000. With that, there also have been changes to the 2025 model year C3 all across the range. The fuel tank now has gone up to 45 litres as compared to 30 litres earlier. And in the Feel variant onwards, you now get front adjustable headrests. And finally, the entire model lineup is also E20 compliant, which includes the C3 Aircross and the Citroën Basalt. And speaking of the C3 Aircross, let's get to the Dark Edition model of the C3 AC. Hold up. Here, I'd just like to clarify that the C3 Aircross is now only called the Aircross, and please keep that in mind while watching the rest of this video. Now, this is based on the Max trim and has a starting price of 13,38,000. At the front, you guys will be able to notice that the dark chrome grille includes a darked out chevron. You also get a darked out chevron badge at the back. Furthermore, the lower grille is also blacked out. Then towards the side, you'll notice there are two changes, in particular the dark chrome Dark Edition grille, and you also have a dark chrome garnishing on the side sills. Then this plastic garnishing which runs between the tail lamps has also been blacked out, including the Citroën badge and the Aircross badging. Both of them are now dark chrome. Overall, the mix of the blacked out interior, the blacked out exterior, I think has been suiting the entire lineup till now. But of course, there have been extra bit of love given to the inside. Now, the biggest change or difference between the C3 Aircross and the C3 is the seats. In the C3, you had dark leatherette seat covers with red stitching. Here, you have black leatherette seat upholstery direct from the factory. Over that, you have black leatherette all across the dashboard with red stitching which runs across the entire instrument panel. And if you guys remember, the standard C3 Aircross got a grey lower instrument panel. Here again it's blacked out. Then of course you have the piano black inserts over AC vents, then around the gear lever bezel. Now a few more additions which we also saw with the C3. One was the fact that you got seatbelt cushions, leatherette seatbelt cushions with the Citroen logo. You have ambient lighting, and you also have an illuminated door sill as well. Now you step to the back, of course you have the leatherette seat covers, you have the red stitching. However, I'd like to point out here that the C3 Aircross Dark Edition is only available as a 5-seater model and not as the 7-seater model, even with the Max variant that it's available in. The reason for that is Citroen says that the Dark Edition will be bought by someone who may be single or maybe part of a nuclear family, who would not want more space. He wants more style and more boldness, as opposed to someone who has a bigger family. A family-oriented buyer will probably want the lighter color shades available and with the 7-seater option. Finally, let's get to the powertrain options for the C3 Aircross Dark Edition. In the C3, you got the Dark Edition with the NA and Turbo Petrol variants with the manual and the auto. Here, the Max variant is only available with the turbo engine, and thus you only get it with the turbo with either a manual or automatic. In terms of prices, well, the manual edition, Max Dark Edition is priced at 13,13,000 and the automatic version is priced at 14,27,000 rupees. Now, of course, I told you that there have been changes to the 2025 model year, and that also includes the C3 Aircross. Now the base variants of the C3 Aircross has been updated. Basically, you now get rear power windows, you get ORVMs with electric adjustment, and you also have central locking with flip key. Over that, the C3 Aircross now gets a new color option altogether. It's called Garnet Red, and we saw that with the Citroen Basalt. So those are the changes for the Dark Edition of the top end variant, and you also get changes to the base variant and a new color option altogether. And then we move on to the Citroen Basalt. Like the C3 Aircross, this is also based on the Max trim, and it gets a starting price of 12,80,000 for the Dark Edition trim. Now at the front again, you have a blacked out grille with the double chevron. You also have dark chrome accents on the lower grille. This is something which you don't get with the C3 Aircross or the regular C3. This can only be seen with the Basalt. And if you come to the side, you have a Dark Edition logo finished in dark chrome, and you continue to get the orange accents on the side like the standard Basalt. I really like this. I think it goes well with the Dark Edition logo, as you can see right over here. And like the other two, of course, you get the Perlanera black color option. You have the Citroen logo and the Basalt logo finished in dark chrome. Now, similar to the C3 Aircross, in the Basalt 2, you get black leatherette seat upholstery, not seat covers, with the Dark Edition logo. Now, something interesting to note here is that the top end versions, the standard top end versions, get a half leatherette, half fabric seats, but you can also spec the leatherette seats to the standard C3 Aircross or Basalt, albeit without the Dark Edition logo. Then of course you have the leatherette dashboard design with the red stitching, ambient lighting. The lower instrument panel again has been changed from Llama to carbon black, that's what Citroen calls it. Gloss black panels around the infotainment system, the AC vents, around the gear lever bezel. So while the changes somewhat remain the same, there have been unique touches to each model lineup. And overall, if I had to give my opinion now, since we are at the last vehicle, I think it goes well with the overall design of all three vehicles. It's not overdone. I really like that. I think it's just subtle enough that it looks unique over the standard top end variants, and it's definitely going to turn some heads, and it's now an interesting proposition in the model lineup. But what do you guys think about it? Do you think it's overdone, or do you like the additions which have been made? Tell us in the comment section down below. And finally, moving on to the powertrain options of the last model, Dark Edition, which is the Basalt. Here too, this is based on the Max trim, like the C3 Aircross, and again, like the C3 Aircross, this only is available with the turbo variant, albeit you can get the Dark Edition with the manual and the automatic. The manual costs 12,80,000, the automatic costs 14,10,000. Now, as I told you, there have been changes to the base model of the C3 Aircross. Similarly, there have been additions to the base model of the Basalt as well. Similarly, you get rear power windows, you get electric ORVMs, you also get central locking with flip key. And of course, you have the vibrant color options, which is now available with the C3 Aircross. So overall, those were the changes to the Dark Edition variants of the top end models, and also the base models of the C3 Aircross and Basalt. So those were the Dark Edition models of the C3, C3 Aircross and the Basalt, and also the changes to the model lineup of all three vehicles. Now, which one would you pick? Tell me in the comment section down below. I thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys very soon.